Friends, this is a sequel which I started with that, and this is a sequel number 4, the sequel number 5, and we are going to cover a lot of judgment on this. According to me, once you go through this judgment or you hear this properly, and I'm going to put this PPT on the blog also. Okay? And any question on the GST, you can email me, you can WhatsApp me. I am Nitin Pathak. We are continuing our education program, which we started well back for 5 years back, and still it is continued. Now, this is the one I'm going to cover this judgment. I would speak exactly up to 7:30, 1 hour. We exactly started before time, 6:30. Now we're going to complete at 7:30. All the PPT would be available on blog and even on YouTube also. Please subscribe. There are a lot of presentation available on blog as well as on YouTube. And I am my sir, Pradeep Mukherjee. His book is also available on blog. His book is Message from God by Pradeep Mukherjee. The thinking pattern of this is also one of the wonderful things, which is which you talk to this book and you would be benefited a lot. This book is available also on my blog, and there is alagod.com is available. Please use this grace of God, which is available through Pradeep Mukherjee to me, and I wish you also get it. With this, I'm going with the first slide. This is today's talk. Next same time, next Saturday, I'll again go on to sequel 6. This would continue, which are going. These are GST High Court judgment, which I would cover previous judgments which I have taken. In each judgment, I will take 1 minute for that, so that you will be able to understand the process of this law. This is judgment of 153 taxman 540 modern insecticides versus Commissioner of CGST. Here there were 2 issues. DRC3 was the modern insecticides paid through DRC3. DRC4 was not accepted. Hence, the court says the money needs to be reversed because it is not the concluding of the proceedings, and you cannot take the money ad valorem. While in DRC3, one more conclusion of the part is BOMI Associate qua Gujarat High Court. In this judgment, the sale is accepted by CBDT, CBIC, and they say that during the interrogation, during the search and survey procedures, even money is paid to DRC3 or through reversal of ITC, it will not be considered invalid. And if you're collected, you have to reverse it at the rate of 6%. This is long judgment. I'm not going to cover 73, 74. Procedure is already explained. If you go through this slide, whole process about 73, 74 will be covered. I'm not going into that because I've already covered in the previous talk, but still I'm continuing as a part of this thing. The next judgment I'm going to cover is on, this is concluded. This is on ITC. This judgment of SR Construction, where SR Construction has taken a contract for construction of a hotel at Agartala. SR Construction was a mediator party. Agartala hotel will not be entitled to, it would be covered under block credit, but SR Construction would be covered under ITC. ITC was disallowed, and Agartala High Court said it is entitled for that. And for that, Schedule 3, Schedule 2, read with block credit rules, which is explained. And what is the conclusion? The conclusion is that SR Construction says that when also the logic behind when sale of a building, when it is view permission is over, or first use permission is over, and consideration is received after view permission, there won't be any GST. As in the case of sale of building, this detailed explanation is provided there. I'm not going to cover this slide. When you go through it, you will be able to understand what is block credit, and all the rules and judgments are explained through 150 taxman's 75 SR Construction. I'm not going to take this for 148. Now I'm coming to Chotulal versus Union of India. In this case, there was an attachment of the property, and it is explained that once the explanation is done, attachment is done, it is always provisional. There is a procedure by which you can claim it. 122 1A. There are only 4 credit which you are benefited, can be reversed, and these are the section 83 for Chotulal. What they say, GST 22 is issued by the commissioner. Commissioner would give a copy to the authority, one to the person. The provisional attachment is there, it can be reversed, and you can file an objection. On the basis of that, final order would be passed, and provisional attachment is always for 1 year. The Rohit Enterprise is a case under which the proprietor concerned was GST number was cancelled. What High Court says that during the whole whenever there is a cancellation number of GST, there is no time limit prescribed, there is no time limit required. It is a fundamental right of any person to do the business. Once he is not filed an appeal or whatever, maybe he can seek the revocation of cancellation certificate any time during his lifetime. No premier sales motto, sales promotion. This is a case under which whether this is an extendable claim or not, extendable any prepaid voucher. This is a case where Reliance, when any pre-occupied voucher is given and it is given to employee or employer, this is case of a employer giving to employee or a company giving to any for self promotion. The tax would be liable at the stage of delivery of delivery claim. But suppose it is go to Hotel Lila or say McDonald, when you use it, it would be liable for GST at that point of time. So only time when it is liable is at the time of this thing. So voucher is not an instrument which I'm not going to LWG petitioner agreed with the impact. In this case, it is informed that when suppose NMP, I am NMP, I am ABC, NMP has suppose I am NMP. There is an ABC, I purchase the goods from ABC and I supply to XYZ. There is a whole process by which I purchase the goods, I made the payment, it was available only, he filed from the 3A, it was available in my books for credit. I paid the tax and he paid the tax. At the later stage, his number is cancelled. In that case, it will not be possible. ITC would be still available to NMP as in the case of LWG. He has got GR number, he has issued e-way bill is there, e-way bill is there, GR is there, GR receipt is there, and truck number is there, and he sold the goods, vice versa. So LWG say that ITC cannot be disallowed on the basis of this. LWG is covered Amit Kaushik. This is a case of one. This is a wonderful case. This case I want to explain you here. I want to explain you here the main provision under section 132 and 69. 69 deals with power to arrest. 132 is the case covered under which punishment is offense. What are the offenses? Now let me explain you 132. And in this context, the whole explanation of Amit Kaushik's state would be covered. Under punishment of certain offense, whoever commits or cause to commit or retain the benefit. So it's like this. Suppose ABC is a company. ABC is a company. He commits a fraud of the following nature, or he causes to commit. Suppose DEF. DEF is a person who asks his employee or his dummy person to make a commit, and he retains the benefit. So ABC, DEF is retains the benefit. He gives a pass on a person, a dummy person is also there. There also whoever commits or causes to commit, he asks to commit, and suppose DEF receives the money, he is retained the benefit, then the punishment would be applicable. What are the types of punishment? What are the types of offenses are made? Supply of goods and services without supply of invoices, supply of invoices without supply of goods, avails ITC on the basis of invoice or bill which has been fraudulently availed, collects the tax and do not pay it after the 3 months from the due date of which he is supposed to pay tax. evades tax or fraudulently obtained refund. He avoids the tax and fraudulently obtains the refund. Falsifies the record which is to be submitted to the department. Acquires or possession of any concern of transferring. He is a transferring good which he says is likely to be confiscated. He is a party to his either depositing keeping. Receives or in any way concerned with the supply or any other manner, deals with suppliers, so he knows the reason to believe contravention of the provision. He knows that these are things doing wrong. He is liable for that. Attempts to commit or abets to commission, offense mentioned in that. So there is 132(1) punishment. These are the act on which the punishment is likely to be there. But for the purpose of this section 1, what would be the when you are following this provision? If it exceeds rupees 5 crore by way of a tax, your imprisonment would be up to 5, which may extend to 5 years. In case where the tax evaded, tax means GST, ISNC, not any interest, not penalty, no late fees, these are not covered, only tax. When your tax payable is likely to be around exceeds 5 crore, then you are liable under section 132(1) subclause A. Okay, clause A. In case where the amount of tax amount of likely to be evaded, it would be penalty of up to 5 years. Then another case, if it is between 2 and 5 crore, it would be 2 years with fine. If it is between, in this case, third one, in the case of an offense specified in clause B, what is clause B? Clause B says the issue of invoices bill without invoice supply of goods. I issue invoice, but I don't supply, so I'm not sending the goods, but I am allowing the person to take credit where the amount of tax evaded or amount of input tax wrongly availed or utilized by the amount of refund wrongly exceeds 1 crore, but does not exceed 2 crore. Then the imprisonment will be limited to 1 crore, 1 year, and fine. In case where he commits or abets commission offense under section F, what do you say? What is F covered? F is covered is falsifies or substitute financial record or product, a fake accounts document or furnishes false information with the intention to evade payment of tax dues under this act. So this will be covered under this. Okay. In that case, in cases where the commits a rebate or commits with this clause, it shall be punishable with fine, which may extend to 6 months or fine, whatever may be. So more than 5 crore, up to 5, between 2 to 5, up to 3. In case of clause A, up to 1 year. In case of this thing, F clause, it would be 6. Where any person convicted on offense under the section as above is again convicted of this offense, he shall be punishable for the second and subsequent for imprisonment, which may extend to 5 years. So even if he has committed 2, 3, and 4, but if he is already convicted previously, then his punishment may be extended to 5 years. This is a draconian provision. The imprisonment referred to in truth. The imprisonment referred to in clause 1, 2, 3 of subclause 1, that is of subsection 2, 5, 3, and 2. Okay, 5, 3, and 2, less than 1. Okay, 5, 3, 5 is less than 5 years, less than 3 years, less than 1 year. Then subsection 2 means once convicted and any of the default he is any of the punishment which act he has done, which is liable for punishment, then contrary record in the judgment. Okay, the judgment he by the term not less than 6 months. Suppose if he has done any of 1, 2, and 3, and second, then if any conviction is to be made for less than 6 months, then a record absence of special and adequate reason. There should be a special reason and adequate reason. Suppose once the person has committed 1, 2, and 3, imprisonment referred to 1, 2, 3 of section 1, So whenever above section 1, 2, and 3, 5 years, 3 years, and 2 years, or the less than 5 years as per subsection 2, then the reason should be mentioned that why he should not be punished less than 6 months with reason, special reason, and adequate reason. Then only his punishment would be reduced to less than 6 months. Otherwise, you will be liable with punishment and fine. Notwithstanding anything containing CCP, all the offenses under this except offense under 6. So when the offense is conducted under section 5, that is more than 5 crore. In 5 crore, there is a cognizable offense. If tax likely to be evaded more than 5 crore, then it is not a cognizable offense. Cognizable means in which you are liable to be arrested without warrant. You are investigated without providing the reason. Okay, number one. In case of less than is cognizable offense and bailable. Non-cognizable means you would be given a reason and you will not be arrested. You will be investigated, and once you are there, you are likely to be, you have a bailable warrant. Okay, number two. Okay, in this case, this was Amit Kaushik versus State of India. He was arrested and put into jail where tax impact was less than 5 crore. So he was wrongly imprisoned as per section 132(5), because tax evaded was around 2 point something. So this is the reason I will explain you the whole section here in detail. So if you think that this practice is only for High Court or Supreme Court people, and you as a CA, normal CA, you cannot do it, no. GST practice is easier than income tax practice, and you can use this kind of judgment which I've covered 1 to 100. I am still on 25 or 30. But once you cover this whole judgment, you will be so easy for you to handle the cases. Here you are very clear. In this case, the amount tax of evaded by way of ITC was less than is around 2 point something crore. So in that case, it becomes a non-cognizable bailable warrant. Cognizable means you are not entitled to get bail, and you are investigated without giving you the reason. Okay, and your bail is non-bailable warrant. The court can give you warrant, but it is not your right to get a bail. And what is the procedure for this? I will explain in the next slide also. Okay, are you getting it? Yes, no? Okay. A person shall not be prosecuted for any offence under this except the previous permission. So any of this prosecution, the permission of a commissioner needs to be given. The explanation 1 I have already covered. Now I am giving you this is the section by which punishment of certain offences. Now there is a provision under this section. I am going to discuss power to arrest under section 69, which I am doing. See, where the commissioner, the power of arrest is lied with the commissioner of GST only. Where the commissioner has reason to believe that a person has committed any offense under section A, B, C, D, which says that I have already intimated about 132A says supply of goods and services without goods are supplied, but bill is not given. Invoice is given, but bill is not given. ITC wrongly claimed to collect the amount, but did not pay it to the government within 3 months as prescribed by the law. After the due date of 3 months, he is not paid, the amount exceeds. In that case, commissioner is of opinion, which is punishable under 1 or 2. 1 or 2 means less than extended for 5 years, more than 5 crore, more than 2 crore. Okay. Or under section 2, subsection 2 means once convicted. So up to 5 non-bailable. Up to how much amount I said? 200 crore. 200 crore, remember the 2 crore. You are liable for this section. Power to arrest if it is exceed 2 crore and 5 crore once convicted, and the conviction is include this ABCD. Clear? Commissioner can order power to arrest if your tax amount is more than 2 crore. Okay, otherwise, he cannot ask you to arrest. He authorized, and he said he authorized the officer of the central tax or arrest such person. Officer of central tax to arrest such person. So commissioner would authorize certain person from department to arrest him. Where a person is arrested in section 1 as above of an offence specified in 132(5) means cognizable, non-bailable. The officer authorized to arrest the person shall inform such person with the ground of his arrest. After arrest, he will inform why you have been arrested, and he would be produced before magistrate within 24 hours. Now I'm going to subject to CCP. CCP. Now, if you look in this all IPC and all this section, but it is not so direct. CA knows very well all this section. Once you read it, you will get it. Where a person is arrested under section 1 for any offence specified under section 132(4), he shall be admitted to bail or in default forward to custody to custody magistrate. Where a person is arrested under subsection 1 for any offence specified in section 132(4). 132(4) means less than 5 crore. It means non-cognizable, bailable. Okay, this will be allowed. Okay, non-cognizable, bailable. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Where a person is arrested under section 1 for an offence under section 134, he shall be admitted to bail or default bail forward to custody. In the case of non-cognizable and bailable, the Deputy Commissioner of the Income Tax, where a person is arrested under section 132(1)(4), the 4 means for bailable and this thing, he shall be admitted to bail. He should be given a bail in default. He did not ask for forwarded to custody to magistrate, and give him a bail. If he doesn't ask for a bail, give it to custody magistrate. In case of non-cognizable bailable offence, the Deputy Commissioner, this power is given to Deputy Commissioner or Assistant Commissioner, for the purpose of releasing an arrested person on bail. Otherwise, have the same power and subject to the same provision as the officer in charge of a police station. Clear this thing? Now, I have explained you the provision of punishment for certain offence under section 132. Power to arrest under section 69. What are the offences liable for that? Issue of a bill, not good. Issue of a goods without bill. ITC wrongly claim, evades collects and fail to make payment. Evades the tax, fraudulent wrong claim is made. Falsifies the false record. Acquire the possession of goods which knowing that it is a contravention of the confiscation, liable for confiscation. The receipt by way of concern or supply other manner by which or attempts to commit this thing. In that case, if it is exceeds rupees 5 crore, if it exceeds rupees 5 crore, 5 years punishment, non-bailable, क्या बोलते हैं? What is the word you use? Okay, I forget word. What is the word I was using? Non-bailable, cognizable. Cognizable means they can arrest you without giving the reason and investigate you. In case of non-cognizable, bailable, they would give you the reason, they would this thing, and bailable right would be there. 5 crore, more than 5 crore, non-bailable, cognizable offense. And less than 5 crore, non-cognizable, bailable offense. These are the sections now covered. Now I'm going to the facts of this case. Now I will explain you in so much detail that now you can handle this case very well. The petitioner had filed a petition under section 439 of the petition dated FIR was filed on 24th October under section 420, 467, 468 and 471. Okay. Now I'm giving you the detailed study of the case. Mr. RK, investigator of AS Enterprise at Faridabad, having GST number this, utilizing the bogus credit. Okay. Through fake credit on physical premises of the said firm, had not done any business with the address, only billing business was done. During the investigation, it was found that the firm was registered through proprietor Amit Kaushik, having PAN number this, mobile number this, Aadhaar number this, residing at Palwal. it was found that it was using the bogus credit. Goods were neither received nor supplied under Section 132, 1B and C of the GST Act. Thus, a firm had created a loss of rupees 2.5 crore, 2.05 crore, which I've said in the section which we referred. This is a non-billable, non-cognizable offense. But he was arrested without this thing. Therefore, it was well established that Ashok, proprietor of ASN, registered a firm called GST and this thing with marathon intention to. The FIR was filed on 24th October. He was arrested illegally after 2 years on 22nd, 29th October, September. No assessment order was passed till date and no penalty has been verified. However, challan was filed before the court after a long delay. The alleged tax invasion, alleged total tax invasion of this. Hence, the petitioner was not required to be arrested as per CGST provisions. Still further, the firm in question was owned by Ashok, a petitioner, not remotely connected with Ashok. Still further, in question, the main accused Ashok, and the petitioner was not even remotely connected to Ashok. That ᴄᴇʟᴇᴏ was arrested, but the whole proprietorship was formed in the name of Ashok. Okay? Not this thing. And the petitioner is there for more than 1 year. What judge says? Yes, Punjab High Court says petitioner is there for more than 1 year. Trial may take some more time. Bail is a right of petitioner. Let the court decide whatever the facts are the case. And refer section 169, which is misnomer. Hence, in this case, the bail was given. Not this is the case. Now we are very clear how ᴄᴇʟᴇᴏ is very easily understood by us. Power to arrest, I have already taken here. I have already covered this. I am not going to say which I have written. This PPT would make you available very shortly on the blog. I've already covered, so I'm not going to. Radiant Enterprise versus Joint Commission CGST. So this is a case, very typical case. This why I have covered this case, because sometimes you understand that you have been punished for a reason which is you are eligible for that, but sometimes you are not. This is a case, intra-court appeal was filed, directed by the 20th December 2099. Learned single bench. Radiant Enterprise Commissioner of chairing this thing. On perusal of the order passed by the learned single bench, we find that learned single bench has quoted paragraph 7 of the order passed by the appellate authority and has held that it is not inclined to interfere with the order passed by the reason recorded them. So, we find that there is no independent finding recovered by the learned writ court as to how Honorable Cause was convinced that the reason recorded by the appellate was just and proper. This issue is very crucial in the instant case, since the appellate filed a writ petition challenging the portion of the order passed by the appellate authority, which were never case before original authority and was suo moto raised by the appellate authority, and decision were rendered against the appellant. No, in this case, he has filed an appeal by the Radiant Enterprise. Thus, it is seen that the original authority rejected the refund claim only for the reason that tax has been paid or deposited by the third party, Mr. Eveready, and not by the appellant, and therefore not entitled to maintain. In this case, there was a demand was raised. Demand was, instead of paid by the Radiant Enterprise, it was paid by the Eveready. Eveready is a connected party, okay, but still appellate at appellate at AO level it was rejected, at appellate level it was rejected. Now, not only that, what they have done, agreed by the no, not like that. Executed by everybody, not appellate. Therefore, they are not entitled to maintain the application for grant of it. At assessment level, the every payment made by them is not allowed, but appellate level they are allowed. But they have raised one more issue, and on that tax is paid. agreed by the same appellate, filed a statutory appeal before the appellate authority. The grounds of extending the stay petition from the which applicant has contended as to how the services which are entitled to maintain the application of refund. In support of that, he has given different judgment of tribunal as well as high court in this country. Thus, the appellant contended that who has borne the insurance can file a refund. Can file a refund in accordance with the provision of section 54 of CGST. So the party was entitled for the refund which he has paid. The appellate authority took up the case for consideration from paragraph 5 of the order passed by the appellate. From the paragraph 5 of the order passed by the appellate authority, the discussion and finding commence. In paragraph 5 of the appellate authority said there are two issues involved. First, whether the recipient of service of goods can apply for recipient good in excess of tax payment or not. Yes, the first is been in favor. He said, Anukul, the appellate authority has stated that the appellant has entitled to maintain the claim of refund. Second issue, whether the building purchased by the appellant from the purchase of everyday industry is liable for tax, is taxable under GST or not. Suo moto taken. There was no appeal was filed. There was when NMP filed an appeal memo, I cannot be put to the disadvantage when I file an appeal. In income tax, there is a cross appeal is allowed. In GST, there is no provision of cross appeal. When I file an appeal, when memorandum is filed, they can raise one more issue. So in an assessment order, there are 3 points, and 1 and 2 is allowed, 3 is not allowed. In cross appeal, in income tax is allowed. In this, it is not allowed. Now I'm going against this. However, the second issue, which was suo moto framed by the appellate authority, has been decided against the appellant. Frame the second issue, which was suo moto, which was not in the appellate memo filed by appellate radiant. It was suo moto. Firstly, the appellate authority ignored the fundamental legal principle while deciding the appellate. The appeal is against the order of rejection for the refund on the ground that appellant was not a person who has remitted the tax. The aberrity has the tax is paid by someone else to sort out the issue. Now he claims the refund. In the said appeal, the appellant cannot put to a disadvantaged position, cannot be worse off in their appeal. Thus, the second issue, suo moto framed by the appellate authority, could not have been framed, and there is no jurisdiction of the appellate authority to frame such an issue. Assuming the statute provides for a cross appeal to be filed, and the state has filed the cross appeal, then the position would have been different. No, it's not like the respondent had pressed the bill, but appellate on its own suo moto taken the case, which is really strange one. Assuming the statute provided a cross appeal to be filed, the state has filed a cross appeal, then the position would have been different. However, CGST does not provide any such position of filing a cross appeal by the revenue in a statutory appeal filed before the appellate authority under section 105. The second issue has to be necessarily set aside. Further, for the above reason, appeal is allowed. The order passed by the writ petition is set aside, and the writ petition is allowed, and that portion of the order passed by the authority, second issue is quashed. If the power under the said provision has to be invoked, then the appellate should have been put to the notice. The appellate, I'm Radiant Enterprise and appellate, he should be given that it is not the case of respondent revenue that authority thought fit to take up the other issue. That too in appeal filed by the appellate against the order of rejection of the refund claim. That apart, there is no direction issued to any authority to file an application for consideration of the issue. Therefore, assuming that appellate authority exercises its power, assume he can take it under section 107 of the TUI. Such exercise is not in accordance with the state provision, being in violation of the provision as well as violation of principle of natural justice. The appellate authority could not have taken a decision on the second issue which did not emanate from the order passed by the original authority. The order passed by the appellate authority on the second issue is set aside, and there will be a direction that the application filed by the appellate for refund shall be entertained by the original authority. Appropriate order shall be passed. A refund application shall be processed within a period of 4 weeks from the date of receipt of the server of copy in this judgment. Okay. For the above reason, appeal is allowed. The order passed by the writ petition is set aside, writ petition. Thus, there is a provision of natural justice is not followed. This is case of Chernycraft versus Union of India. This is an order against the Assistant Commissioner's order was challenged dated 15 January 2020, and CC rejecting the appeal filed by the petitioner. The Commissioner of Appeal is disallowed against this appeal. A refund of accumulated input tax on account of export of goods under the LUT of the provision of Section 54. He has applied for the two provision 6 crore and 8 crore, 8 lakh. In the month of July and August. The ignored Assistant Commissioner issued the provisional refund order dated 26 September, partially sanctioning the claim, and when thereafter refund rejection order dated 29th October was given, rejecting the claim of the petition. Section 54(3) of CGST and read with Rule 92 said that refund could not have been rejected by the authority without providing an opportunity of hearing. And there is a procedure has to be followed. You cannot go beyond the procedure and do it. Rule 92(3), 92 subsection 3 envisages the issuance of notice under RFD 8 requiring the applicant to furnish RFD 9. The issue of notice. He has to issue notice under RFD 8 for disallowing the refund which he applied for under LUT for 8.79 provisional refund. Now he has to, the person, Chernycraft, has to reply in RFD 9. After considering the reply, the order may be passed under RFD 6, and that no application for refund shall be rejected without giving the applicant an opportunity. How the said provision was violated by the authority. So rules are not followed. Hence, the authority, by its impugned order on the issue of natural justice, so in favor of petitioner, by observing that natural justice has been duly followed during the appellate proceeding and the case is heard on the basis of merit and likely to be rejected. It is submitted that the action of contrary to the provision of the rules and the order passed in violation of natural justice deserve to be set aside. The reliance has been placed on World Home Textile versus this statement, GST, violation of natural justice by A cannot be cured. Now at the appellate stage, they have given him the power to submit the papers. Court says no, it cannot be sought theft. It has to be sorted out there only. Okay, so matter is dismissed. Violation of the cannot be cured sufficiently at appellate level. RFD 8. Natural issuance of RFD 8 reply prior to proposing a different order is an essential condition. In GST, there are forms are prescribed, there are rules are prescribed, there are procedures prescribed. If you look into in every say, I can give you what are the forms you need to fill out. Okay, which I have already discussed in this section for 73, 74. There is a chart I have provided. You go through that chart. That chart will give you a process. There are other charts also. I am under the preparation. If you follow the process, things are very clear. Violation of natural justice by adjudicating authority cannot be cured by sufficiency in natural justice. Applicants should be given an opportunity of hearing. At both the orders were not sustainable. The matter of has to be remanded back to adjudicating authority. In the first instance, cannot be cured. It cannot be cured at the appellate level. Now, anyone has an issue regarding any GST, you can email me at nitin@pathak@gmail.com. My WhatsApp number is 9825804094. And all these papers are available in blog, nitin@pathak.blogspot.com. From there, you can use the whole papers which I have prepared. There are many PPTs and YouTube presentation is available on my YouTube blog also. Now, with this, I'm going again to Varun Beverage. Varun Beverage Limited versus State of UP. The dealer was making a stock transfer. The dealer was making a stock transfer from its Gautam Buddhanagar, Naroda, Greater Noida, to a Kubernagar Agra. The goods were being shifted through truck number this, HR, this day, was accompanying the ᴄᴇᴟᴏ ᴄᴏᴍᴇ Bilti on 10 June, okay, 2018. Listen, they were doing a stock transfer. They were not doing anything else. And they have got delivery channel ᴄᴇᴇ Bilti. Mobiles were intercepted the good, and vehicle was intercepted the goods and detained the vehicle in question on the premise that ᴄᴇᴇ was having a wrong number. Instead of HR, they have written HR 736755, they have written UP 13T 675. Detention order was passed on 11 June, next day. Thereafter, the penalty order under the rule 129(3) of the Act passed, imposing tax amount of 1.86 crore, 1.86 lakh, and penalty of 3.73. Against the order, appeal was preferred under section 107 to CC, to additional C, is Commissioner Appeal, Commissioner Tax, Agartala. Appeal was dismissed on 1 January. Hence, the present petition was filed. Detention, here you take it, it was a case of stock transfer. Only the mistake was truck number was wrong. Penalty, wrong vehicle mentioned in ᴄᴇᴇ was to be considered a human error. The same can be covered under section CBIC. There is a circular provided. There are a lot of option available. There are some mistakes, they have pardoned it, and they have said that the officer should not go into this detail. The circular was 21st June 2018. In the instant case, there was a stock transfer which was not disputed. No evidence was placed by the department. There was any intention on the part of dealer to evade tax. Not at the stage of assessment, nor at the stage of appeal. They've proved that there is a malafide intention. Further, if vehicle removal was minor, order of detention needs to be set aside, and the full refund was granted. This is a case of parity info tax solution versus Government of India, Government of National Peace. In this case, there was one agency called Department of Trade and Tax Policy Branch, Government of NCLT, New Delhi. What they were provided a detail to the AO, and on the basis of that, they have come to a conclusion that there are certain parties which are only bogus party. They are providing the ITC, and ITC was blocked. And what the step they have issued is SOCOS notice. What when they have not heard, they have not gone into the matter. Section 74 was order was passed. So do you know that at the time of assessment, pre-assessment stage, on the basis of information available to they issue a notice to the taxpayer, then there is an SCN, then there is an order. After that, there is an appeal. In this case, SCN was not heard properly, and that's why ITC was blocked. Read with Rule 86A, and ITC was blocked for more than 1 year. Appellate was not heard. They have not relied on reverse blocking ITC without tangible and material justifiable reason. This case is very aptly dealt with by these things. This judgment you can is that many times they have referred the income tax law where reason to believe has to be followed when issue is SOCOS. When you notice, you should use this thing. And they said that should be an application of mind as in income tax, same is applied here. So this is the judgment which is very much this is the judgment you can use it. Section summary of CGST summons was issued for the basis of fake invoice. What they have said, Sri Aman Handa and others were 20 other companies. The company Parity Infotech go and reported that we have done with none of the transactions with the company mentioned. Well, Aman Handa and others. Email was through email, ITC was blocked, amount of rupees 27.88 lakh. The petitioner chased at the different forum. SCN was received on 20th February 2023. SCN received on 20th, and he has replied on SSC replied on 27th March. Impact order was passed on 30th March, was passed under Section 74. Referred Section 74, 86A. These are judgments. These are 147 expense 3 SC 757. This judgment. These are judgment also I have quoted here. The respondent blocked. The government department, the GST department blocked the ITC on the basis of communication dated 24 July by the Joint Commissioner GST Waste Commissioner Central Excise number 13 of the petitioner. Tax value 1.5 crore, total tax days. Respondent has no authority to issue. This is not the jurisdiction officer. Somebody else has issued notices and blocked. IT was but no information of fake invoice solely. They have not given the name of the party as well as the invoice detail. Solely on the basis of somebody else's information, no tangible material was available. Violation of Rule 86A. Respondents has mechanically reproduced 74 while issuing an SCN. They have not provided the tangible material. IT was kept blocked beyond statutory provision for 1 year. IT should need to be reversed after 1 year. SC1 was mechanical. Respondent had no independent opinion qua SCN. Thus, the order of its High Court, thus order by High Court is under. High Court passed the order. Blocking ITC merely on the basis of communication of authority. That same was available in the state of fake invoice, not sustainable. When GST authority has blocked the ITC, it should issue cause notice, but no material evidence was, no material to form any belief was available to this. Instruction dated 8th March 2022 by Delhi department, some department is there and declared invalid, and the direct issue also was mechanical. They have not applied the mind, they have copy paste and taken away this data and the demand and to create a demand, an appropriate block ITC was made. Such demand, notwithstanding 1 year already passed after blocking such so-called notice under Section 70 could be only issued if proposal had formed a prima facie opinion. Now they have not gone into what is my books of account, how many bills have issued, whether it is available in my whether it is on my record of the company, or GSTR 1 only says that these are the parties on which I have used the credit, but they have not said I have sold it, I have got GST number this. And they have not used the word express reason to believe, which was applicable under Section 147 of the Income Tax Act, and the same is explained in Rule 86E. So-called notice under Section 74 could be only a proper officer had from a prima facie opinion, and that tax has not been paid, short paid, or refunded, and wrongly utilized this tax. So reason to believe is still applicable under Section 74. It cannot be mechanically applied. Hence, the order is passed. Here, what is important? Reason to believe, application of mind, proper record, tangible material. These are very authenticate judgment of paradigm product. You can use it at number of places in your judgment. Now I am to Hind Aluminum versus Assistant Commissioner. The petitioner has challenged the order dated 4th January of 74 of this thing. Reason the same, parity. Parity comes here also. This judgment I have taken on the sequence also. By a total non-application of mind to reply sent by the petitioner, the impact order has been passed. The so-called notice dated 22nd November 2022. Petitioner was directed to reply to notice dated 23rd November 2022. 1 day has been given. SCN was issued. reply next day. The petitioner also sent a reply on 23rd requesting the respondent to grant further time to submit his detailed reply, and the time given is too short. The reply dated 8th December 2020 submitted by the petitioner has not been considered by the respondent. The reply given on 8th December was not also considered. The SCN issued by the respondent is bald and cryptic, is without dhad matha, is not showing information. What are the things which are not that cryptic, not clear. It does not inform the petitioner details of violation committed by them as per section 74 of TGST. Instead of respondent simply extract the ingredients of section 74 and issue the SOCOS notice. SOCOS notice should be very clear. Under the impugned order passed by the section 74, the petitioner has levied with penalty claiming in ITC and based on the bogus tax invoices and debit note. Bogus, how they could consider as bogus? They decide the party. And on the basis of party, they reject it. I have already said, inform you or not. Let me give you an ITC, one of the example. Suppose I am an NMP, I bought a goods from ABC, I sold good to XYZ. When I purchased a goods from ABC, he filled the form which was available in my credit, he paid the tax, and on the basis of this CB return is filed. I sold the goods to XYZ. I have got a invoice. I have got a e-way bill. I got a lorry receipt, and it is supported by goods receipt. E-way bill is there. Truck number is there. Goods receipt is there. It is in my stock. Then I have sold these goods after manufacturing or use our trader. It has been used by XYZ. I received the payment, and after some time, suppose I made the transaction in Q1 2023, and the ABC from which I have bought a good have been cancelled from Q4 2023, and he has been retrospectively cancelled. But I am entitled for it. Even you have cancelled because whole transaction link is there. It is supported by bill, invoice, and everything. Okay, so ITC. If you are genuine, don't bother. I've explained you these are the sequence in which you need to have all the documents. The learned counsel of the petitioner to the attention of the court to the relevant document filed in support of the aforesaid condition. On perusal of the same, this court is of the view that ground raised by the petitioner stating that petitioner has not granted sufficient opportunity to send is not accepted. Under this section 74. Under the impugned order passed by the Secretary of TGS, the petitioner has levied with penalty claiming input tax. The learning counsel drew the attention court to the relevant document filed in support of the perusal of the court is of the considered view that ground raised by the petitioner stating that the petitioner has not been granted sufficient opportunity has to be accepted. Held, petitioner was not granted sufficient opportunity to send the reply to SCN. There was total misapplication of mind in passing the order under section and on the order as per SCN and extracted the ingredients of section 34 and non-disclosure for details of violation, and the matter is remanded for press consideration. Non-application of mind, mechanical order, non-disclosure of specific information. You can use this for the purpose of saving yourself. Now I am into last of the judgment which I am going to take it today. SKP Pharmachem versus Union of India. GST number was applied by the proprietorship firm on 26 December 2021. In March 22, he got an export order. So what is the provision of section 10? Read with this. Once you raise a bill, you are out of section 10. For that, you have to apply in certain forms. Once you apply it, you will be out of section 10. Section 10 says that when you issue a bill, you are not entitled for credit. The credit, but by teeth, you would be under a composite scheme. You can withdraw the composite scheme. Here, what he has done in March 22, he got an export order. He decided to withdraw. He had applied on 8 April with retrospective effect that cancelled the bill while filing return on the month of March. He has raised a grievance under 12th May 2022. I want to from March. I don't want to go under composition scheme. On 6th June 2020, he received a reply for retrospective withdrawal of compensation scheme is not possible. On 16th June, he applied jurisdiction officer for withdrawal of compensation with effect from March 22. 27, AO rejected. Issued a notice to file the return. AO cited the technical impossibility with retrospective effect to cancel the compensation scheme. This is genuine case, SK Pharma says. The matter goes to High Court. SCC filed a petition to High Court for remedy action for cancellation of compensation with retrospective effect. For your kind perusal, Rule 6 of CGST referred here. The validity. The option is exercised by a registered person to pay tax under Section 10 shall remain valid, so long as he satisfied all the conditions mentioned in Section 7. Once he issue an invoice and showing GST, he is automatically eligible for this. But for that, he has to file the form. The person referred to in sub-rule 1 shall be liable to pay tax under Section 1, Section this, of from day he ceases to satisfy any of the conditions mentioned in Section 10 of the provision of this chapter, and shall issue a tax invoice for every taxable person made thereafter. And he shall also file an intimation for withdrawal from GST or CMP4 within 7 days of the occurrence of the event. Taxpayer cannot be denied cancellation of registration under compensation scheme with retrospective effect, merely on the ground that portal lacks such functionality. Nothing doing. Fix your glitch on GST portal. Refer Section 10 of GST. Rule 6 says that though he has not filled up the form, file an intimation withdrawal in GST within 7 days of the occurrence of the event. He has filed a form, but it's been rejected. So clear, SKP has decided to withdraw, but there was no possibility of withdrawal. Under the portal, government says, no, you change your portal. Portal is not everything. Law is everything. Now, I'm into the question of High Court of Allahabad versus Nagarjuna Agro Chemical Private Limited. Here, why I have taken this case? There is a provision under Section 1(3) is an assessment provision. 73, 74 is an assessment provision. There are other different sections which I'm going to cover. Once Section 61 is not followed, can they make an assessment under Section 74? 75? Yes, they can make an assessment. They can issue a summons also. The petition is an SSC under GST regime. The department temporarily not initiate action under Section 61. It transferred directly into Section 74. The department examine the issue, ultimately pass an order. The appellate choose to Nagarjuna Agro choose to say that you must issue notice under Section 61. Law says no. Learned counsel for the petitioner submit this since the written has been submitted by the petitioner a period of question. Therefore, the appropriate course of action would be to go to an opportunity under not going under Section 74. Use this thing. They have relied on Medival Pedro Tech Limited versus Assistant Commissioner 144 Taxman Com 179. 95 GST 10/23 GSTL 123. Section 61 I have referred. Why I am referring? Because you become clear that 61 if not followed, still it is allowed. 61 says that a process officer may scrutinize the return related to particular furnished by the registered person, verify the corrections of the report, return, and inform him the discrepancy of notice, if any, in such manner as may be prescribed, and seek an explanation thereto. So, if any discrepancy find, issue a notice, issue a factual pressure. In the explanation, if the explanation, the Subsection, in case the expression found to be accepted, registered person shall inform accordingly, and no further action shall be taken in this regard. In case the expression is found acceptable, what it says, the proper officer after scrutinizing the return, furnish the registered person to verify the correctness and inform the discrepancy notice. Whatever the discrepancy notice, if it is found acceptable to the taxpayer, then he will inform the officer that no further action will be taken. He said okay, and he will pay the tax. In case no satisfaction is accepted, he give an explanation. Within 30 days of being informed by the professor or such further period, as may be permitted, where the registered person, after accepting the discrepancy or after telling the discrepancy, take a corrective action in the month in his return for the month in which the discrepancy is accepted. The proper officer may initiate appropriation under section 65, 66, 67, 73, 74. I'm giving you what is 66. 65, audit by tax authority. 66, special audit. Power of inspection searches is under section 67. 73, tax short paid with no intention of fraud, willful misstatement or suppression fact. Suppression of fact, misstatement. In our view, merely because no notice were issued under section 61 of the Act, would mean that issues of classification of short payment of tax cannot be dealt under section 34 is exercised by power, is not dependent on 61. The argument is misconceived and the matter is dismissed. So what it says, 61, tax authority, tax proper officer will issue a notice, will inform the taxpayer. Taxpayer either give explanation or accept it. Once he accept it, no problem. If he has to pay within tax within 30 days, the matter would be resolved. 61. But if it doesn't mean that he doesn't have a power to 65, 66, power of inspection 73, 74, but still be available with this. With this Vedanta, I will cover this last judgment, Vedanta. Okay. Let me go to Vedanta and let's live Vedanta. Vedanta, let me give Vedanta complete in one line. In this case, Vedanta has applied for a refund on the basis of they have got 3 units on the basis of consolidated figures. The Vedanta were filing the return on same PAN number, same registered person. They have issued unit-wise refund. Unit-wise refund was issued. Then they asked for. They found that if they consolidated and file the refund, they would be entitled for more refund. The refund, supplementary refund, consolidated claim of annuity return in 3 units submitted. It was granted. Unity was quantum much more than that. Application for grant of supplementary refund was submitted manually. The refund was denied on the ground that all the units were registered under the common GST portal. It cannot claim refund unit-wise. Other way around. He has asked for consolidated. Now he wants to go unit-wise. What I said is reverse. Now he has previously he has 1 unit, 1 GST number, 1 PAN number, 1 GST. Under this he has claimed for. Now it says that once you claim consolidated, you cannot choose to go unit-wise. Circular referred 125/44 GST number do not envisage filing supplementary refund, particularly when different stance was taken where the refund originally was granted considering the unit together. Same was accepted, cannot be challenged. The said circular was given, Rule 89(1) was given, ultra provision, hence refund was rejected. I am not going to cover all this. I am going into next last slide. Any question you can raise it. Anyone has a question, I can answer it. You can email me later on. I'll answer the question later on. Any question? I can take it later on. Everyone can unmute themselves. Security, one. 1 second, I can ask you to unmute yourself. You can unmute yourself. Okay, you can unmute yourself and call me. Or there are so many judgments I've covered, and I'm going to this will continue till last. There are many more judgments pending for me to collect. Anyone wants to ask a question, you can email me. I'll answer it. You can email me, you can WhatsApp me. The next presentation would be there are many presentations available on analysis of budget, 100,43, time management. Many things I've covered. Control home. Okay. Anything else? Somebody wants to give something. So section declared R1 but not paid. Any clarity in buyer? Pratik, 16 suit tax declared R1 but not paid R3B. Any clarity of buyer received a notice? Pratik, you just mail me, I'll answer it because I'm not so much expert as you think of it. But I'll positively answer it later on by reading through it. Because this is the way I've gone. Pratik, just email me, I'll answer you. Anything else? Anything else you want to cover? Can I close this today? Thank you very much. See you next Saturday, 6:30, same time. I'll cover on some more subject. Pratik, I'll positively answer you next day. Thank you very much. We are closing the session right now.